Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 11, Text number 22. It karma vadanti yenam swabhavam apare nripa eke kalam pare devam pumsaha kamam utapare. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The differentiation among varieties of life and their suffering and enjoyment is explained by some to be the result of karma. Others say it is due to nature, others due to time, and others due to fate, and still others say it is due to desire. Purport. There are 6 types of philosophers: Mimamsakas, the atheists, astronomers, sexualists, and so many other classification of mental speculators. The real conclusion is that it is our work only that binds us within this material world in different varieties of life. How these varieties are sprung up is explained in the Vedas. It is due to the desire of the living entity. The living entity is not a dead stone. He has different varieties of desires or kama. The Vedas say, kamo akarshit. The living entities are original parts of the Lord, like parts of a fire. But they have dropped to this material world, attracted by a desire to lord it over material nature. This is a fact. Every living entity is trying to lord it over the material resources to the best of his ability. The kama and desire cannot be annihilated. There are some philosophers who say that if one gives up his desires, he again becomes liberated. But it is not at all possible to give up desire, for desire is a symptom of the living entity. If there were no desire, the living entity would be dead stone. Srila Narottam Das Thakur therefore advises that one turn his desire towards serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then desire becomes purified. And when one's desires are purified, one becomes liberated from all material contamination. The conclusion is that different philosophers' theory to explain the varieties of life and their pleasure and pain are all imperfect. The real explanation is that we are eternal servants of God. And as soon as we forget this relationship, we are thrown into the material world, where we create our different activities and suffer and enjoy the result. We are drawn into the material world by desire, but the same desire must be purified and employed in devotion service of Krishna. Then our desire of wandering in the universe under different forms and conditions will end. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport too. So, there are different speculative theories about explaining the sukha and dukkha of the living entities in this material world. Some say it is due to the karma, some say it is the nature of the material world, some say it is due to time, kala, others say fate, still others say it is due to desire. So, what is the non-speculative understanding of why living entities are undergoing this sukha and dukkha? That is explained by Srila Prabhupada in this purport. He says the real explanation is that we are eternal servants of God. And as soon as we forget the relationship, we are thrown into the material world, where we create our different activities and suffer or enjoy the results. We are drawn into this material world by desire. But the same desire must be purified, employed in devotional service of the Lord. Then our disease of wandering in the universe under different forms and conditions will end. So, to understand our situation in the material world, certain things are very, very fundamental. The impersonalists say we are Brahman, spirit. And the material nature is a different Maya energy of Brahman. In a way, every living entity is Brahman, enjoying Leela in unlimited forms in the material world. That is why they see somebody Daridra, they say is Daridra Narayana. So this is their theory. So they say we are Brahman, but Krishna doesn't say simply we are Brahman. The Bhagavad Gita itself reveals they are part and parcel of me, and he is Parabrahman. So the living entity is a tiny consciousness having intrinsically Krishna consciousness. This is very important to understand. A part is, in his awakened state, is intrinsically conscious of the whole. Not only conscious of the whole, is conscious of his function as part and parcel of the whole. And another aspect of this Mayavadis is also the spirit, means spirit. Nirguna spirit. Spirit is not a person. But we say spirit persons, Brahman, they are all personalities, individualities. Each one of us are Brahman, no doubt, but spirit persons. Not Nirguna Brahman. We are Brahman who is capable of having an ego. Mayavadis Brahman has no ego. They say to destroy all ego to realize Brahman. We also say you have to destroy all false egos to realize the real ego of Brahman. So this understanding of the soul, understanding of the self, that they are all originally Krishna conscious persons, not this body person, but spirit persons. And spirit persons, the property of persons, is property of Brahman. Matter, gross body, subtle body, false ego, cannot have the Chinmaya properties of ego, being, doing, desiring, thinking, feeling, willing, experiencing varieties. This is our definition of living entity. They are eternal servants of Krishna. So right now I am in complete forgetfulness. Only when you understand that what you are, at least philosophically, that my nature is to love Krishna, my nature is to be Krishna conscious, my nature as a part and parcel of Krishna to be a surrendered servant of the Lord, by nature is to eternally depend on Him for maintenance, protection, service, engagement. This is the soul's original nature as a tiny person. Deep within me, I know Krishna, and Krishna knows me. All this forgetfulness is a cause of this artificial life, the drama in one body to another body, believing that I am this body, believing that my soul's pleasures are the pleasures of this body. And thus, the law of material nature governs the experiences of the living entity who instinctively seeks eternity, knowledge, and bliss. It is dharma of the soul to be hungry for eternity, knowledge, and bliss. It is dharma of the soul to have priti for Lord Krishna. Krishna prema is delivered by Krishna, is granted by Krishna, granted by pure devotees. But Preeti is the nature of the living entity, Preeti for Krishna. When we offer Bhajatam Preeti Purvakam, it attracts the prema of the Lord. Prema is the Lord's energy. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives Krishna Prema. So intrinsically, the living entity, we have to understand what is the soul. Very simple understanding Mayavadis. Soul is Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. No need any more explanation. But we are explaining, just like how in this body the spirit lives. The spirit has the body has no thinking, feeling, willing, free will, nothing is there. Individuality is gone. That body is as good as earth, water, fire, air. That's all. The consciousness is not there. Free will for the consciousness is not there. And the urge of the consciousness to seek Satya Chitta Ananda is not there. So what is it that it was there in the body before death? That is Brahman. We are Brahman. but we are falsely egoing. We are Brahman capable of being. Being means egoing. Our original egoing is, I am servant of Krishna. And all my original relationship is meant for satisfying that existential ego. As servant of Krishna, the satisfaction of servant of Krishna is satisfying Vishnu. Swartha gatim hi Vishnu. That is the nature of the soul. So soul is a person. Soul is a ego, a pure ego. Nityara Krishna Dasa. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God himself, has come as Krishna and he reveals that Brahman is Jivere Surupa. That Surupa is Brahman. Brahman simply means spirit. But here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes what kind of spirit is it. The spirit cannot be understood without super spirit, because we are part and parcel of the Supreme Spirit. So this whole Krishna conscious process, this is very important for us to understand. Then you feel a sense of connection with Krishna. I am not introducing anything from outside. My entire process of Krishna consciousness is to change my attitude of independent existence. Even in the material world, it is a false ego it is the ego who is active, but influenced by false ego. So we say false ego is active, but actually the active force is the ego, the haunted ego. The ego-ness of false ego is coming from the real ego. It is the nature of the soul. Soul has the Shakti to paste I-ness and minus, ahanta and mamata. The soul has this potency. It can paste this ahanta and mamata either for independent, self-seeking, power, love, knowledge, pleasure, or can project his ahanta and mamata towards his real I. I am servant of Krishna. And then everything in relationship to that servant of Krishna is to please Krishna. So if one does not want, because living entity has got the free will. When you read Bhagavatam, when you read transcendental, when you hear transcendental knowledge, there's a very big secret Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has revealed, Jivera Surupa. He doesn't say Jiva Surupa is Brahman. He brings Krishna there. There is no Jiva, understanding of Jiva without Krishna as the Lord of the Jiva. And here Prabhupada says, the cause of all our work, it is our work only that binds us within this material world, in different varieties of life. That is why it is said that we should work for Krishna, we should not work for our false, illusory self. So our original cause of this material existence, as Prabhupada says here, is because of forgetting our relationship with Krishna. We are thrown into this material world. Then we create different activities, suffer and joy, when we act through false ego. The essence of false ego is, I am this material body. It's not only I am the material body, I am the independent enjoyer of this material body. Entire world, everybody is one way or the other trying to increase his enjoyment of power, knowledge, speculative knowledge. Enjoy love, giving love, receiving love, enjoying pleasure, sense pleasures. That is the essence of material life. Either self-centered or extended self-centered. You can see a pattern. This is what entire material life is. So there is an alternate mode of living. That alternate mode of living is what we are living. We live for Prabhupada, we live for Krishna. Due to past conditioning on a daily basis, now and then, we may live for the body, bodily sense gratification. But there is conditioning. But if you continue to live for Krishna, all the sense gratification will vanish. Why? Because it will awaken my real soul's pleasure. Soul's pleasure is bhakti rasa. Soul's pleasure is relationship with Krishna. Soul's pleasure is obedience to Krishna. Soul's pleasure is Krishna's perspective of existence, as he tells in the Bhagavad Gita. So our thinking, feeling, willing is fully Krishnaized. And therefore this desire for sense gratification, desire for social gratification, all center around I am this body. Even sometimes in devotional service also. Initially we practice devotional service in bodily concept of life. I am this body and I am a servant of Krishna. But by associating with the Supreme Spirit, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, one understands that I am a servant beyond this body, and body is only a tool to serve. A tool of the spirit ego, who is the eternal servant of Krishna. So the key point here we have to understand. If you don't understand this, if you don't believe from Guru, Sadhu and Shastra that Krishna consciousness is intrinsic to my soul, I am my soul. What I think I am now is not me. What I think now as enjoyment is not my enjoyment. This enjoyment is unconstitutional experience simply given to me through my mind and brain mechanism because of unconstitutional desire for Krishna-less love, Krishna-less pleasure, Krishna-less power, Krishna-less knowledge. Therefore, in a way, this is a punishment. Self-inflicted punishment. Krishna is not putting this punishment on us. You have got a choice as a marginal energy. Either go for illusory pleasure, which I will facilitate, we discussed yesterday. In the material world, fruitive activities, he facilitates. So nicely he facilitates. Each of us having a life centered around the body. How does that, your life story even, come to you? Mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Lord is seated in our heart, creating this story. At the time of death, the story ends. Till then, you really say, it's my story, it is me. It is me, my relatives, my wealth, my desires, my achievement. Everything gone. Whose achievement was it? Your false ego's achievement. Real ego's achievement is every bead of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Real achievement is every work that you do for Krishna, Guru and Krishna. That is real achievement. The soul is growing closer and closer to Krishna, or closer and closer to awakening his Krishna consciousness through every act of devotional service to Guru and Krishna. So every day we are moving closer and closer to death and closer to Krishna. Karmis, every day they are being closer and closer to death, to be born again for another drama, illusory drama of another life. Another father, another mother, another friends, another brothers, sisters, family, job, success, money, then husband or wife, then children, then grandchildren. You see? For this rasa. Again that drama ends. Devotee realizes this. While living the drama, he thinks, this is me. I am this body, this is my father, this is my mother. So what does he achieve in the entire process of life in each body? Sukha and dukkha. What does he seek? Only sukha. So every living entity is a rasa being. Krishna is a supreme being of unlimited rasa. We are his part and parcel, and we are also rasa being. So you don't want Krishna rasa in the spiritual world. Krishna is very nicely facilitating momentary rasas. Nice parents, nice loving parents, nice husband, nice wives, loving children. Momentary. But that is what we desire. If you have good karma, then you'll get all those things. Temporarily you'll get. If you have good karma, if you have a lot of punya, then you'll have a nice life, nice rasa. Then they will say, why leave this material world? Why Vaikuntha? Why back to Godhead? It all happens. Suppose we don't complete our journey, if we are not serious, if we have got material desires, because you are chanting Hare Krishna, we will get an excellent life in the material world. Now at least, you realize Dukhalem Ashashwatam and chant very nicely. Where is a guarantee if everything very nice life you get? You have no motivation for Krishna consciousness. Because you are not awakened your Krishna Bhakti. If you are awakened, it does not matter opulence or what situation you go in, good life or bad life, Krishna will always be remembered as a cause of both. But if you are not sufficiently awakened, if you maintain material desires, or if you hanker of them, okay, it is not there. What to do? That means that you are hankering. But when you see the karmis, when you see all the things in the material world, good things in this material world, you should not hanker. I don't want that. Everything has a beginning and an end. I don't want that. I want the joy of serving the Lord. I want the joy of serving this Surya of Satchidananda. I want the joy of relationship with the Supreme Ego, who is the purest. I want that joy. That is what we are chasing after. We are chasing after Krishna consciousness. We are chasing after awakening that Krishna consciousness. False consciousness of sense rasas and social rasas is meant not for those who are after self-realization, they are meant for trapping the karmis. Just like you read so many times in the newspaper, so-and-so bureaucrat fell for a honey trap. Correct? The fact is that we are all fallen for the pleasure trap, depriving us of our absolute pleasure of associating with Krishna. So material pleasures, material happiness is not something great, desirable thing for a devotee. He sees it is same as dukkha. Sukha and dukkha are same. Come and it will go. So devotee never elated, something material is. All nonsense, all meant for giving us dukkha again. Sthita prajna means this, he knows this material ups and downs. This is not, this is imitation of the spiritual sukha. They are lookalikes of the sukha. The nice relationship in this material world are lookalikes of the real relationship with Krishna. And that too, it is lookalike means how? A torch can look like sun, but is there any comparison? It is also light, that is also light. Similarly, in material world also, pleasure experience-wise it is there. That is the Maya. A false experience is created by this wonderful construction of Krishna, body, mind, brain, chemicals, everything. So our desire has to become purified. Our desire should be always to see that I please Guru and Krishna. And that desire to Guru and please Guru and Krishna cannot come unless you love Guru and Krishna. You develop faith, love, indebtedness, gratitude, to Guru and Krishna. Unless you feel that, why you will be always desiring for them? And they don't want any desire. They don't have any desire to be achieved. Why? Because they are all powerful. Holy name is Nama Chintamani. All our desires he will fulfill. So why he will have any desire? His desire is for us. Not for himself, for us. So when we chant Hare Krishna, when we engage in devotion service, when we engage in his service, he is pleased for us. Don't think you are giving something to him. At the most you are giving him love, priti. You are giving him your remembrance. You are giving him his appreciation. You are not giving anything. You are not giving. All the results are produced by him. That's why it is offering the results. Doing work and offering the result is the first level of devotion service. So neophyte should not think that now I am working hard to offer the money to Krishna. So Krishna is in need of money. Krishna is in need of this result. No, Krishna is not in need of the result. The result is his. Krishna is in need of your devotion. Krishna is in need of your engagement. Not the success of the engagement, but he is in need of your engagement in his devotion service. He wants us to start tasting the joy of serving him, joy of achieving for him, but not the achievement itself. The joy of running behind to achieve something for him, knowing very well it is not the achievement, but Krishna enjoys my running after achieving. Achievement is given by him. So Krishna is called Bhava Grahi Janardana. Seated in our heart, he is after our attitude of giving him pleasure. General attitude of giving him pleasure. And all the living entities in the material world are trapped in the general attitude of earning self-pleasure, sense pleasure, social pleasure. Any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I had two questions. First is about, you spoke about the desire. So let's say I am conditioned soul right now, so I don't have taste for chanting, or even I am not attentive towards my sadhana or my service. So simplest desire, sincere desire and prayer if I offer, along with an endeavor, will I come to the stage where I cross over my conditioning? And second question is, if not a blade of a grass moves without the sanction of the Lord, then that means I don't have a free will also. No?
No, sanction of the Lord is different. The Lord sanctions according to your free will and karma. Just like when Prabhupada was asked, what does Krishna wants me to do now? Prabhupada replied that Krishna is waiting what you'd want to do for him. So it's a personal philosophy. So you have to understand that we have, now let's come to your first question. Now we don't have that desire to chant Hare Krishna as much as we have a desire to go for a morning feast. or as much desire we have for a garbage rasa in the material world. Momentary rasa. Illusory rasa. Friendship, love, society, name, fame in the society. The garbage rasa. So, we have a natural inclination. Yes, you will grab it. So, we don't have that, very clear it is. I don't have that intense desire I have for that for chanting Hare Krishna. This is our diseased condition. Diseased senses, diseased soul, diseased senses, diseased desire. Now if you're diseased, if you take a medicine, then our taste will change. Exactly as we are desirous of sense gratification, we will have reverse effect. No desire for sense gratification, but desire for chanting, desire for associating with the unlimited consciousness, Satta Chitta and Ananda. Not desire for association with tiny candles, candle lights. When you have experience of the sun, you don't even look at the candle lights. What is contained in the sun is contained in the candle light. Will you give up the sun and take candle light? But why you are after the candle light? Because our sun is not awakened. So, the entire process is Guru saying, follow these things. The process I have given you is a process to awaken your natural love for Krishna. For that you have to cultivate Priti. Now we have cultivated Kama. For me, for me, for me. Priti is opposite of Kama. For Guru Krishna, for Guru Krishna. That is our actual taste, Atma's taste. Now all the other things are all in a diseased condition. Therefore I am thinking it is taste. Prabhupada gives a beautiful example. When you are jaundiced, you put sugarcane on your sugarcane juice, you won't feel the sweetness of sugarcane juice. Because of jaundiced condition. But the very same tongue takes sugarcane juice, is a medicine for jaundice also. So you go on taking that. Slowly jaundice goes away and sugarcane juice starts tasting. Harinam is like that. In the beginning, Harinam is Aushadhi. When you have no taste, you have to take that medicine as per the instruction of the doctor. Very important. Why are you chanting? Because of the instruction of the spiritual master. If you say, I am chanting, Prabhu, I got so many nice tastes for so many things, I don't have taste for chanting, so why should I chant? Then you have not understood the follow process of Bhakti Yoga. Whether taste or not, this Shakti Avesha Nama, chant here, take it inside your heart. Your heart will be cleansed. Even if you are chanting as a ritual also. So in this is how that desire will, quality of desire will change. Because it's the soul's nature to desire. It's the soul nature to be. To be. Once you taste being the servant of Krishna, being a spirit soul, you don't want to be this body. You may be in this body, but you don't want to be this body. That means you don't like the rasa of thinking I am this body. Now you have no alternative, so you're thinking I am. But when you get the taste of being a spirit ego, a deathless, ageless, eternal servant of Krishna, what is the spiritual dignity of that ego? That our original ego's dignity is, I am not servant of senses, I am not servant of this flesh and bone, I am the servant of the Supreme Consciousness, Krishna, His servant. That is Anta Sukha. So you train your mind to experience your original consciousness. Then slowly all these things, our sense of ego-ness becomes pure. Our sense of desiring becomes pure. Sense of seeing becomes pure. You be somebody, then you desire as somebody, then you see as somebody. First you be a man, then you desire as a man, then you see the world as a man, you think as a man to fulfill the desires of a man, you feel to fulfill the desires of the man, you will, you act to fulfill the desires of the man, you experience to feel the enjoyment as a man. Just see, what is the starting point? Being. So all our being, I am this body, I have forgotten Krishna, and contamination, all our seeing, touching, smelling, everything is contaminated. That's why Prabhupada says our senses are covered, but the soul is the one who is seeing, touching, smelling, etc. Material sense objects cover our sense objects. False ego covers our real ego. Material mind covers our spiritual mind. Material intelligence covers our spiritual intelligence. This whole system is a duplicate system, which is covering our real system. Actually, this system is a slave system. It's a slave of the master system. You see, you have that in technology also, something is a master system and a slave system. So actually soul is the soul's thinking, feeling capacity. Soul is the master system. This body-mind system is a slave system. But now that master system is merged with the slave system, forgotten master system himself. And he thinks, I am this entire system. This is a fallen condition. Master-servant roles are reversed. Any other question? Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.